do this. I'm the priest of Dangerzul. You can do this. Okay, buddy, you can do this. You're on the third best cult of mercenaries on the planet. You can do this. Let's get going. Oh, hey, this isn't a bad movie. This will be nice. This will be nice. Okay. Hey. Greetings. It is I, Tamer Akkad, priest of Dangerzul, leaders of the guerrillas of Dangerzul. It's you guys. I love you guys. Anyway, this is our regular subliminal enhancement. Got a pretty decent movie tonight. House on Haunted Hill. Some Vincent Price in there. You get lucky when these kind of things fall out of copyright and you can use them. Anyway, I got some news, some good news and some bad news coming up. For now, let's just get the subliminals going. Let's do... So we got some Chupacabra specific stuff here. I'll explain that later. And fighting the paranormal and the extra-planar. So got the subliminals going there. Going to be playing some Fortnite. And, you know, frankly, I just don't think I'm interesting enough of a Fortnite player. So I've switched our main program to be mostly the movie with a little bit of Fortnite. Anyway, let's get this movie going, and I'll get into the news and updates later. Start with some medium strength, I always do. You loud enough? What the hell was that? Oh. Spooky blackness. A disembodied head.
The ghosts are moving tonight, restless, hungry. May I introduce myself?
Well, go ahead.
I'm Watson Pritchard. In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world.
Cool.
Since it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it. Since then, I've owned the house. I've only spent one night there, and when they found me in the morning, I was almost dead.
Oh, looking good.
I'm Frederick Lauren.
Fantastic.
And I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a...
So, fun fact about Vincent Price. Vincent Price was bisexual. And, you know what? Whatever you want to do, I'm totally cool with it. But I'm just trying to imagine how fucking frightening would it be for Vincent Price to give you a blowjob. Just, I can't even imagine anything scarier.
Party. A haunted house party.
A haunted house party.
She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and ghosts. And perhaps even a few murders.
All right.
You're all invited.
Hey.
If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000.
$10,000.
Or your next of kin in case you don't survive.
Ooh, spooky.
Ah, but here come our other guests. It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars.
You mean hearses?
She's so amusing. Her sense of humor is, shall we say, original. I dreamed up the hearse. It's empty now, but after a night in the house on Haunted Hill, who knows?
House on Haunted Hill.
This is Lance Schroeder, a test pilot. So no doubt a brave man. But don't you think you can be much braver if you're paid for it? And I happen to know that Lance needs the 10,000 I'll give him, if he's brave enough to stay all night. This is Ruth Bridges. You've no doubt read her column in the newspapers. She says her reason for coming to the party is to write a feature article on ghosts. She's also desperate for money. Gambles. You've already met Watson Pritchard, a man living in mortal fear of a house, and yet he is risking his life to spend another night here. I wonder why.
Because he's broke,
He
right?
says for money.
Yeah.
This is Dr. David Trent, a psychiatrist. He claims that my ghost will help his work on hysteria. But don't you see a little touch of greed there? Around the mouth and eye.
Around the mouth. Ooh, yeah.
This is Nora Manning. I picked her from the thousands of people who work for me because she needed the 10,000 more than most. Supports her whole family.
Oh.
Isn't she pretty?
You're pretty.
The party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find the house on Haunted Hill.
Die, dude. Die. Why aren't you dying? There we go. Now I'm getting it filled right. I got two left. Oh! Archie, I'm getting shot. Well, I played very horribly that time. Play two more rounds, then I'll get to the first bit of news.
Well, where is everybody?
This is one where like
Isn't
to
a
knock
very
in that
warm
hole
welcome,
in the
eh?
bottom.
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
Are we all strangers to each other? Don't you two know each other?
I'm afraid I don't even know your name.
I'm Nora Manning.
Lance Schroeder.
Is Frederick Lauren a friend of yours?
I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
I've never met the man
I'll
either.
just
Just a phone
like
call.
fucking bash
Do you
it.
know him?
But I got a healer.
Well, then you're the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
Good heel.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
And 5 wives, I believe.
4, I think, so far.
A $50,000 party for only 5 people is a little steep, even for a millionaire.
Why would you do that?
Well, if I were going to haunt anybody, this would certainly be the house I'd do it in.
Who closed the door?
This thing's made of solid steel.
Sexy devil. Ah,
Annabelle,
wasting my shooting.
our guests are here, unfortunately still alive. Is your face on yet?
Dust and dirt everywhere. The water barely trickles.
Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
Atmosphere, darling. You know how ghosts are. They never tidy up. And that's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable for a party.
I'm not going to the party.
The spend the night ghost party was your idea, remember? Since it's going to cost me $50,000, I want you to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
I had a reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it.
And you call this a party?
Could be.
You call any room with Vincent Price in it a party.
Why do you always do that? It spoils the champagne.
It might explode.
Never does.
Hit you right in the face. Oh, hey, player of the game. Thanks,
You
guys.
guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. Will you join me?
No, thank you.
Just a sip might improve your humor.
My humor is fine, thanks.
Doctor,
And I haven't
amazing.
poisoned it.
Good deal. Keeping
It's
it
always
doc.
good to know that. Have some. You'll enjoy the party more.
I laced
Go on.
it with vodka.
Trust is so touching. And I'm not going to the party,
Of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
but still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million and tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free, and your possessiveness is maddening.
If ever a man had grounds for divorce,
But can't prove them.
the time will come. You'll slip up one of these days,
Think so?
if I live long enough. You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes, arsenic on the rocks. Annabelle, you'd do it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
Darling, what makes you think that?
Something about you.
So she's a murderer.
Hear that hanging is very uncomfortable, in case you get any more ideas. Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, the only ghoul in the house is you.
And don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
Meanwhile, on the set of The Addams Family, some bastard is playing my theremin.
This is what she used on my brother and her sister. Hacked them to pieces. We found parts of the bodies all over the house, in places you wouldn't think. Funny thing is, the heads have never been found. hands and feet and things like that. But no heads.
The wife, probably in a rage, threatened her husband with a knife and then, carried away by hysteria, took a swing at him and simply went on from there.
She certainly went on. How many people did she kill, Mr. Pritchard?
Only two. Her husband and her sister. No one else was here.
So there are two loose heads just floating around?
You can hear them
There's
at
a couple
night.
of heads floating around.
They whisper to each other and then cry.
Since our host isn't here, would anyone care to mix me a drink?
Certainly. What will you have?
Good evening. I'm your host, Frederick Lauren. Since we're all strangers to each other, let's get acquainted with the drink, shall we?
Mr. Lawrence, I advise you to call this party off now. The ghosts are already moving, and that's a bad sign.
Let me apologize for my wife. She'll join us later. What do you have?
Scotch and.
Doctor?
I'll have the same.
Now, before the party begins, let's go over the details. The caretakers will leave at midnight, locking us in here until they come back in the morning. Once the door is locked, there's no way out. The windows have bars that a jail would be proud of, and the only door to the outside locks like a vault. There's no electricity, no phone, no one within miles, so no way to call for help.
Like a coffin.
So if any of you decide not to stay for the party, you must let me know before midnight. Of course, if you leave, I shan't be able to pay you anything.
I'm interested in your reasons for this, party. Aside from pleasant company.
Ghosts, Doctor. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost. And now my wife has given us all the opportunity to find out.
Amusing. Ghosts, etc., being only creations of hysteria, your party should be a success.
Richard here promises us genuine ghosts.
7 now. Maybe more before morning.
That's cheerful.
4 men have been murdered in this house. And 3 women.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Lauren. 4 of us are men, 3 are women. Ghosts for everybody.
Richard, why don't you take us on a tour through the house and let's see what happens.
See that stain? Blood. A young girl was killed here. And whatever got her wasn't human. Don't stand there.
What do you mean? Where?
Good choice. Chewy-ass cigar.
It's too late. They've marked you.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
Well, that must be what it is. Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
I hope it doesn't come back.
Mr. Pritchard, you're the life of the party.
He hasn't even started yet. Wasn't there a man who threw his wife into a wine vat or something?
That was in the cellar. There's been a murder almost every place in this house. All this belonged to a Mr. Norton, who didn't die here. He was electrocuted later. Mr. Norton did a good deal of experimenting with wines, but his wife didn't think it was any good. So he filled the vat with acid and threw her in. She was supposed to stay down, but the bones came up. It's a funny thing, but none of the murders here were just ordinary. Just shooting, or stabbing. They've all been sort of wild, violent, and different.
Look out!
God, she didn't fall in.
You mean there's still acid in there?
Well, I mean, a vat of acid, just good sense to keep that around, right? Already contested. Why aren't we moving?
Destroys everything with hair and flesh. Just leaves the bones.
My, it's dry and dusty down here.
Oh, there's a cure for that upstairs. Come on.
How'd you get invited to this party? No. Oh, go on. I mean, what'd he tell you?
Mr. Lawrence said everybody would get $10,000.
But he didn't say anything about being locked in.
No.
He just made the deal with me on the phone, but nothing about having to stay.
Aren't you going to stay?
If I don't, I lose $10,000.
I'm going to stay too. $10,000.
Yeah. You believe in ghosts?
I don't know.
Well, I agree with what that doc says. You can spook yourself. I've done it in planes. Seen things that weren't really there. Or were they? What are you going to do with your $10,000? If we get it.
What do you mean, if we get it? Won't he pay us if we stay?
Still a good death. I'm happy with
Ah,
it.
sure he will. $10,000 is no more to him than a nickel is to us.
We were in an automobile accident. Now I'm the only one in the family who can make any money.
Boy, I've never seen so many doors.
And we got it.
Closet? Bottles.
Tough fight.
Does it go anywhere? Lance! Lance!
Okay, let's get to this news. Okay, as you recall, we had something in D-Wing that was mauling people. I was hesitant to call it a Chupacabra. So I said it was Chupacabra-esque. It turns out, yes. It was a Chupacabra. So, hey, Chupacabras are real. We just learned that. And Chupacabras are also a federally protected endangered species. So, last few weeks have kind of been more of a court battle than a physical contest for me. And, you know, you don't always win. We didn't win this time. So, what was formerly known as Wing D, or the D-Wing, has been annexed by the government of the nation where our compound is. And it has been designated Government Area 58-C. We were sued by the EPA, so, well, our country's EPA, not the American EPA. And so we had to, and this comes out of our pocket. It's not exactly fair. When you deal with the government, you realize how easily you can get screwed over sometimes. So we had this protected endangered species that was killing our men. We were about to go and get it. Someone leaked to the local government officials. A couple of weeks of court battles ensued. And now D-Wing is a federally protected nature preserve. As with any nature preserve, you need to have a park ranger working there. And it turns out the government doesn't pay for those. We have to pay for that because we own the land. So we are hiring. We are hiring anyone with park ranger experience. Park ranger will be hired to... so he has to protect the Chupacabra and the environment it lives in. And it turns out there's a multinational program to prevent the extinction of Chupacabras. And so in addition to the Chupacabra that we were trying to kill, we are now in a trade agreement with the Philippines where they will ship female Chupacabras. They will be given a medium-sized dose of MDMA dropped into D-Wing in hopes of breeding more Chupacabras. So, just FYI, I know you all know this, the standing order to kill the Chupacabra in D-Wing is fully rescinded. And not only can you not kill it, you have to help it survive at this point. So, we are also looking for a shepherd. Not as stringent job requirements as the park ranger, obviously, but Chupacabras got to have food to survive, so D-Wing, now Government Area 58-C, will be stocked with goats and sheep, and we need someone to tend that flock. So that's the bad news. We have a Chupacabra in-house. We've lost some physical plant resources. We have to do more hiring, and we've got a bloodthirsty supernatural creature in D-Wing that we can't do anything about, and we actually have to help it live. So when you hear me say I'm in favor of small government, this is kind of what it is. We lost good men to this Chupacabra, and we're not being reimbursed by the government for that, and yet we have to pay money to protect this vicious, silly little killer. And they carry diseases. I don't even know what diseases they carry, but I know they carry diseases. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really bummed. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy the subliminals. Let's get back to gaming. Really? Lance is gone is the thing you focused on there?
We'll have to break it down and stop.
Huh?
You all right?
Nothing that money won't cure. I must have bumped my head.
There's a lot of things that...
The only way you could bump your head
actually, no, money pretty much cures everything.
To run head on into the wall.
Steve Jobs got 2 free livers from some
You didn't do that, did you?
Indian bastard.
Let's get a bandage on that.
Nobody asked, hey, where was the donor? Oh. How did a multi-billionaire end up at the top of the list with getting a liver that nobody... Oh, by the way, was it a stupid diet that cost him a liver in the first place? Did anybody question that? Nope. Steve Jobs just murdering people for their livers. Speaking of which, we might want to get into that business. It seems like it pays pretty good.
Nora, when you came in, you said something about a ghost.
There was something.
What did it look like?
Well, it was wearing a black thing that went all the way to the floor.
Weren't you a little
A dress?
frightened at the time?
It was wearing a dress?
Oh,
Is that what
yes.
you're describing?
That, Mr. Loren, is hysteria.
But then, Doctor, how do you explain what happened to Lance? Was that hysteria, too?
You better get that checked in a day or so.
Thanks, Doc.
Wait for me in the hall.
Yeah, Roadhog is that bastard.
The ghosts are coming closer, Mr. Loren.
You really believe in your pet ghost, don't you, Pritchard?
Before the night's over, you will, too.
Yeah, okay.
Would you like a drink, Lance?
No, thanks.
I'd like one. Scotch and.
Yeah, should have stayed with a team. Oh well.
Lauren, are you really going to pay anyone who stays all night?
Certainly. $10,000.
Will there be much red tape or delay?
In a hurry, dear?
Frankly, yes. Or frantically.
There you are, my dear.
Let's explore a little bit.
Someone or something was in here when I came in. Where?
Yeah.
And if the door was locked, how did it get out? What you saw might have been a ghost, Nora, but what was in here with me was no ghost.
I don't know. I was so
All right.
scared.
Lesson learned. They got a sneaky sniper at the back there. I need to take in the side door.
I'm securing the objective. Anyone want to join me?
Sound different to you?
Yes.
On fire.
Three, 6, 9, 12. 12 feet. Three, 6. Now, I'm gonna knock on the other wall. When you hear me, you knock on this wall.
Mannequin on a skateboard.
Oh, I saw it again.
Where'd it come from?
From in here.
What if it ran out of here? I'd have seen it.
Lance, it doesn't run. It just floats.
Yeah, but why didn't I see it?
You don't believe me.
How can I?
Nice kills.
Someone has to pull their weight around here.
I'm Annabelle Lauren. You must be Miss Manning. I realize this is a very unusual and I'm afraid very dull party. Wouldn't you like to freshen up?
So, for those of you who don't know, the child actor Shirley Temple looked
This
like
is your
that
room.
when she grew up. Very beautiful.
Depressing, isn't it?
I doubt if I'll spend much time here.
It's going to rain. Perfect atmosphere for my husband's party. Why did you come here?
He said he'd give me $10,000.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
How long have you known my husband?
I just met him tonight.
So? Why you? What were you doing wandering around by yourself?
Well, I was in the cellar with Lance, Mr. Schroeder, and I just left, that's all.
Don't do it again. Don't go anywhere in this house by yourself. Now fix your face and I'll come by for you in a few minutes.
But
You're in danger. We all are.
But who?
I hope for your sake you never find out.
Yes. Her husband. She couldn't say that. She couldn't say her husband was trying to kill everybody. That was...
I'm Annabelle Lauren. Were you looking for something?
Not exactly.
Are you the doctor?
No, I'm Lance Schroeder.
I'm the astronaut.
You've hurt yourself.
Oh, it's just a bump on the head. Which is my room?
I believe this is it.
Thank you, Mrs. Lauren.
Annabelle Lance. You were with the young girl in the cellar. Why was she so upset?
Was she?
And you don't look like the type to go around bumping his head. What really happened, Lance?
Well, Nora thought she saw a ghost, but I didn't see anything.
She was just frightened then.
And mad at me, I think. I kidded her about it.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
Now, don't tell me you're taking all this seriously.
Aren't you?
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
Lance. If I need help, may I count on you?
Yeah, sure, I guess so. Look, what's going on here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
Your husband?
I wish I knew what it was.
Must be pretty big if he's going to lay out 50,000.
Money doesn't mean anything.
Probably murder.
He has a reason for getting
really
us all up
well
here to
established
this
that he's planning a murder.
What for? He doesn't even know us.
Maybe that's exactly why you're here.
What can he get away with?
Oh, he thinks that big money like his can get away with anything. You know, of course, that I'm his fourth wife. The first simply disappeared. The other two died. Lance, I don't want to join them.
You mean he,
Oh, his doctor said they died of heart attacks. 2 girls in their 20s.
Well, what can he do?
My husband is sometimes insane with jealousy. Nothing matters to him then. Please be careful.
He hurt you.
He would kill me if he could.
Annabelle, you're missing all the fun.
Was
Nora
her name
Manning
Nora
was
a
almost
second
killed
ago?
by a falling chandelier. The pilot bashed his head in.
Is he badly hurt?
The Saturnine psychiatrist bandaged him up.
Saturnine. Who says
Don't
that
you want to
in a
go and
conversation?
console him, as you do most men, in your fashion?
You're so clever, Frederick.
So I lie awake nights wondering why I married you. It was rather a mistake.
You didn't marry me, dear. I married you. Unpleasant, but no mistake.
Hurry up.
Frederick, for the last time, I'm not going to your party.
And for the last time, it's
Already
not my party,
at
but
this
yours.
Party.
And you are going.
I am not.
You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
Would you adore me as much if I were poor? No. All you want to be is a lovely widow.
I want to be a
It's almost
lovely
time to lock
widower.
up the house. And then your party will really begin. I wonder how it'll end.
murder. Tamer Akkad for playing nothing but defense.
It's close to midnight, Lance.
Okay. We'll be down in a minute.
Your host, my dear. It's almost midnight, Nora. We're all going to get together down in the living room.
All right, Mr. Lloyd. I'll be right down.
Come with us before he kills you.
He couldn't have just tapped her on the shoulder? Why do it...
Where's Nora? Miss Manning.
Also, did anybody hear that giant scream?
Don't want to stay here.
Nora, what happened? That's Jonas Slides and his wife.
Reaper.
They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
I'm not going to stay here.
Well, Doctor, it looks like we have a real case of hysteria on our hands.
I think she's just a little upset, not hysterical.
Nice.
Good evening.
Hello, my dear. This is my wife. These are our guests. Ruth Bridges, Dr. Trent. You know Watson Pritchard, of course. Nora Manning, and this is Lance Schroeder.
I am not on fire.
What about the 10,000?
I don't care. He wants to kill me.
Who wants to kill you?
Mr. Lawrence.
May I have your attention, please?
Why
I
is
think
it
you
so
all
hard to figure out
remember
that
the
the creepy
bargain
guy
we made
throwing the
about
party
staying all night?
is-
$10,000 apiece. If any of you don't survive, $50,000 will be divided amongst the rest of you. If I should die, you will be paid by my estate. When the door is locked from the outside by the caretakers, we'll all be forced to stay in this house
Did we
until
not
morning.
cover this,
If any
like,
of you
at the very
decide
beginning
not
of the
to
movie?
stay, you must leave with the caretakers now. You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
I don't want to stay.
Wait.
Isn't midnight yet? Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now. I was going to ask you whether you wanted to stay or not, but it seems that the caretakers have made the decision for you. We're all locked in now.
But I don't want to stay.
Well,
I'm sorry,
you
my dear,
explained
but
that,
it's
but
too
you
late
just explained
now.
why you
Darling,
can't.
haven't you had enough of the silly game? Get some cars up here for these people and let them go home.
game to
But pay them first.
Make me feel this way.
This is your party. Remember.
On a wicked game too.
In spite of my wife's faith in my ability to do the impossible, we will all have to stay in this house until 8 o'clock in the morning. But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins. My wife's idea, I must say, I think it's rather dangerous. I suppose you all know how to use one of these things, but in case you don't, you just press down on this lever with your thumb and then pull the trigger.
Dude.
You see they're loaded.
These are no good against the dead, only the living.
Doctor? Lance? Nora?
Go ahead, take it.
Miss Bridges? And here's yours, dear.
I don't need it.
It was your idea.
I
No,
want to
you
take
may
it
want to
back.
use it on me before this night is over.
Throw these guns away. They won't do you any good.
I agree with Pritchard on that point, although not for the same reason.
Dr. Trent,
Ah,
don't you approve
Dick.
of our little party favors?
Suppose Nora had had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
I don't think anyone else is going to walk around in total darkness.
Oh, I'm sure we're not going to go running around the house shooting each other, aren't you?
Who knows? Fear makes
Oh,
people
this
do
way.
amazing things.
Mr. Pritchard, you said your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found hands and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads?
I'd like
Well,
to see one of those heads.
Just follow me.
Yeah, she's going to show him a head. There's going to be a head.
Darling.
If she saw it earlier, she's definitely
I really don't
about
need
to show
it.
him a head. Let's get to the head showing scene. It's one of the pivotal moments of the whole film. And the head is...
Just go look in my suitcase. Just go look.
There's clearly going to be a head in there. We saw the head earlier, right, guys? It's in there. What?
But it was in there. A woman's head.
Yes.
Nora, I think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
Get out! Get
I'd
out!
care
all
for
of
a
you!
sedative.
All of you, get out of here and leave me alone! Just get out of here!
It's her party. She
You think
can
it's
try
all right
shots.
to leave her by herself, Doctor?
I wish she'd taken the sedative.
What
Wish
do you
I'd taken
suppose
the
she
sedative.
thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Look, Doc, I think somebody ought to stay with her.
There could be 1 million people around her. But if they wanted her, they'd get her.
What if he's right?
He's too drunk to know what he's talking about.
I wonder. I'll join you in a minute.
Do you think it would do any good if you went in and talked to her?
Well, do you think there really was a head in her suitcase?
I don't know.
A thing like
You don't
that
know?
would put me
Really?
right over the
You
edge.
have no opinion on...
Would you sort of stay up here, I mean, in case she needs help?
All right. I'll be in my room. Just call it.
Thanks.
Are you sure there are only 7 people in this house?
Positive, except for the ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts, nor in frightening women. In Nora's case, it's gone far enough. Perhaps too far.
What do you suggest we do about it, Doctor?
Don't frighten her anymore.
I'm in a dangerous position. If they got a Ludo, they can blow me off the edge here. Nora, can you hear me?
Nora?
Ooh. Ahead? Well, this is out of nowhere.
Nora! Nora! What do you know about this?
I know it's
They're
ahead.
taking her. In a little while, she'll be one of them.
Where's Nora?
Where is she? It's too late. It's too late. You'll never find her again.
Richard,
Whoa.
if you know where she is, you better tell me now.
She's gone. She's gone with him. There's nothing you can do about it.
What you doing? Just hanging out. Ah, shiz.
Lay her down.
There's some stout rope. What is there, a boat nearby? Poopy. Oh, Lucio.
Nora?
She's dead, Mr. Lauren. Your wife hanged herself.
Well, that's not what I planned. I had the guns. I'm Dr. Chad Sexington. Pilot, attractive man.
Please hide me. Please hide me. Hide me. He tried to kill me. He grabbed me and choked me and put me in that room. And then he went away and left me.
Who?
He thought I was dead.
Who?
Mr. Lord.
Are you sure about this?
Oh, it was dark, but it must have been him.
Has anybody seen you since he left you?
I heard some people in that room, but I went by and nobody saw me.
Mrs. Lauren is dead. Lauren said she committed suicide, but I think somebody killed her.
Him.
I'm sure you've come to the same conclusion I have.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's all have a meeting, discuss what to do. The
Wait,
living room?
what conclusion?
Okay,
I don't.
in a minute.
Ooh, neat skin. Good.
I've got to go downstairs. Now, you lock yourself in here and don't let anybody know thinks you're dead, he won't come here. And I'll get back as soon as I can. You'll be all right. If you have to, you use it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go through our other announcements. Sorry I'm a little bummed tonight, guys. I don't like losing. Sometimes you strategically need to lose to get a bigger win. This is not one of those. But we did score a win recently. As you know, the lizard people that secretly rule the world from their underground base in Antarctica, we failed their SAS-70 audit, but not so bad that they didn't think we could ship-shape things up and get the contract. So, through good programming and hard work on you guys' part, and I love you for this, we got the contract with the lizard people that secretly rule the world from their base in Antarctica. This means big money for us, okay? We will have a lot of incoming work from these lizard people. They are affiliated, well, some of these, some of the better-known lizard people in the world are the British royal family. A lot of money there. A lot of work coming from them. Not just killing off daughters-in-law with traffic accidents. They really assassinate a lot of people. They need a lot of religious icons return, and that's just work right up our alley. Also, in the lizard people are the Kardashians. They've got a lot of money. They don't really spend it as much on assassination, which is our gig, but, you know, we do have a small search engine optimization and PR firm, and we may be getting work from them. And, of course, Oprah, one of the most famous lizard people of all, we might be getting work from Oprah. Now, how great would that be? Now, because we got a contract with these lizard people, it does mean that we need to cancel some of our previously kill-on-site orders. So, the following people, stand down. Do not kill on sight for the following people. Al Roker, apparently he's a lizard person. The singer Lorde did the song Royals. Apparently she's a lizard person. I thought they'd have more power. Oh. And Oprah. Do not kill Oprah. Just don't. I know we had the standing order based on the book club incident. Don't kill Oprah. She's a friend now. Also, apparently some shit went down in Antarctica. They won't say exactly what happened, but something got loose and ran amok in their underground base. So we will be housing some of the reptilians in E-Wing. It's going to be a little weird having these guys around. First of all, I don't know how much you know about the lizard people that secretly rule the world, but they eat something called monoatomic gold. Now, that's gold. And I know you all like money, but that's their food. So if you're in E-Wing, which you shouldn't be, just let them have their space. Don't steal their gold. It will screw up the contract. If you want gold, I can pay in gold. If you want more gold, there's always more work. Okay? So they eat gold, and we're going to leave their food supply alone. The gold in E-Wing, do not touch. It's food. Don't eat it. You're not a lizard person. Also about the thing that happened in the Antarctica base, and the reason why there are some people here, you should not have any physical contact at all with the lizard people. They'll mostly look human, by the way. They can do that. They're like lizard-y looking people, but you'll be able to recognize them. Just look for the eyes and the lizard-y head shape. Anderson Cooper, Angelina Jolie, these are some famous lizard people. So don't have any physical contact with any of the lizard people or humanoid-looking lizard people in E-Wing. Also, if you see anyone Norwegian in E-Wing, you are to kill them on sight with fire. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, so we got a big contract. It hasn't turned into money yet, but it will certainly turn into money and work. And I'm independently wealthy. I mostly fund this cult. It's a cult. Let's be honest. I use subliminals. You're basically henchmen. This is a cult. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being in a cult. A lot of Mormons are in a cult. They love it. You love it, don't you? So I normally fund the cult out of pocket, and I'm going to continue doing that. But with the money coming from the lizard people, we can really invest. Now, the D-Wing thing, that hurt financially, but I think with these lizard people, we're going to be able to really, really invest in ourselves, maybe get some new levels of training, let's branch out. Let's put some more money in that PR firm we got. We've got a search engine optimization team that's getting our Google results high. I feel like we're pretty good on the martial arts training, but if you guys want to branch out into some of the fancier, dressier martial arts, we could get some capoeira instructors in here, or, you know, the parkour course. Everybody's been talking about how they wanted some changes to the parkour course. You know, some of these contracts are going to be $1 million for very little work. It's just, it's not even hard work. It's just the kind of work that a lizard being can't do. They're cold-blooded, right? So Sahara Desert, just really uncomfortable for them. I have no idea why a cold-blooded species would put their secret base in Antarctica, except there's like no other humans there, mostly. But the really cold stuff, Himalayan work, that's all us. So, you know, hit the suggestion box with what you'd like to see upgraded as far as how would you like to be better? Just tell me that. How would you like to be better? We'll work on subliminals. We'll work on physical training. We'll work on all kinds of mental training. We got a lot of money coming in. And you know what? I've been grumpy all day, but you really need to look at every setback as an opportunity. Okay? That's what's important in life, is that no matter how many times you get knocked down, you stand back up. That's all that matters. As long as you stand back up one more time than you get knocked down, you're winning at life. You're living the kind of life that a non-lizard, non-gray, non-white, alien, you know, just good old-fashioned human. You're living your best life when you're living that way. So hit the suggestion box. Let me know what you want to upgrade. I've already got some plans for the parkour course. Some said it was a little too much ropes and that we need it to be more like rooftops. Actual use of parkour is a lot of rooftops. And you know what? Hit the suggestion box. Let me know what kind of gear you want. Because I feel like, you know, the U.S. military, they got this Boba Fett helmet. Perfectly bulletproof. The camera's up top. You got a 360 view. Let's price those suckers out. Let's see if we can get some of those. Let's get some Boba Fett looking motherfuckers on our crew, right? All right. Normally, I just want to do the first and second half of these movies as two separate things. But, you know, Chupacabras be damned. I'm feeling kind of good tonight. Let's go the full movie. That was an awesome kill.
So beautiful. So greedy. So cold.
Let's face it, man. You got a type.
What are you doing in here?
Wait. Don't wait.
What do you mean coming in here?
I didn't want them to take her away.
You're drunk.
They will if you don't watch her.
You're drunk. All right, out with it, Bridget. Why did you come into this room?
I'm the only one who understands.
Understands what?
Your wife isn't there anymore. She's already joined them.
Look, Bridget, I've had enough of your spook talk. Get out, you sot, and don't come back into this room again.
Why, when you call someone a sot, man, you... Dude's Irish, too. Isn't that racially insensitive? Ooh, pumpkin. Just die. There we go. Oh, that's an awesome skin.
Where's what's-her-name? Nora.
I didn't disturb her since I don't think this concerns her.
No, you're right.
Mr. Lauren, isn't there some way we can get out of this house now?
No, none at all.
We could try breaking out.
The only door to the outside is made of steel.
Are the windows made of
The
steel?
bars of the windows are set in solid stone. We gotta stay.
If
I'm not
only we
afraid of your
had
ghost,
guns or
Richard.
something to defend ourselves while we're... Lock ourselves in a
But I am
specific
afraid.
room? Why is this?
When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get.
You mean your greed?
Now, however, we share something else.
We're
Death
potential
of Mrs. Lauren.
murderers? We need to talk to the police?
So far tonight, one of us was almost killed by a falling chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
One of us was mysteriously slugged.
Yeah?
One of us has been driven to the brink of absolute hysteria.
You
One
frequently
of us is
said
dead.
she was not hysterical, just upset.
Were these accidents? Suicide?
Maybe.
And we must stay here for 6 more hours.
Yes.
6 hours. 6 of us. I'm in it.
Who will be next? How will it happen?
Let me ask you a question, Doctor. You were the first one to see my wife there. Did you also see anything that she could have climbed up on and then jumped?
No.
Did any of them? There was nothing. How then did she get up there so high?
Exactly, Mr. Lauren. How? She couldn't have pulled herself up there. She couldn't have dropped from the ceiling.
Why,
Do you
it's
think your wife
impossible.
killed herself?
No. She was murdered by one of you.
Or you, Mr. Lauren. To deliberately kill someone, you must have a reason.
We were all strangers to your wife. Only you had a motive for murder.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife? What husband hasn't had 1,000
never wanted to kill my
opportunities
wife.
to do it in
Goddamn,
such a
dude,
way
really?
so that he'd never be suspected? I'm not such a fool as to hang my wife from a ceiling by a rope.
The fact remains that you, or one of us, murdered Mrs. Lauren. And that's a matter for the police.
So how do we get the police?
That's my point. We can't until morning. What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
Yes.
For once, Pritchard may be right. If another murder's in the works, let's stop it now.
Another murder.
Why not?
Why
Maybe
not?
one
We
of us
murdered
saw.
one, let's do it again.
Why should even a millionaire want to give each of us $10,000 to spend one night in a gloomy old house? See some ghosts, have a party?
Yeah, that was the
No.
idea.
Have you finished trying me, Doctor? And is the verdict guilty of murder?
Oh, this isn't
Probably.
getting us anywhere. Somebody killed Mrs. Lauren, we know that. One of us is guilty and the rest of us are innocent, okay. Now, what we have to do for the next 6 hours is protect ourselves from each other.
You really think?
I don't think anything. I just know that I'm going to my
I'm a
room.
moron.
If
I don't
anybody
think,
comes
lady.
in, I'll shoot him. Or her.
Oh, it's a waste.
And if we all stay in our rooms, we'll be safe.
Oh,
Because the innocent will have no reason to leave his room.
well.
And the guilty will admit his guilt if
Wouldn't
he
the
or she
innocent
does.
have the reason to
And we
leave
all have
because there's a
guns.
murderer there?
We're all agreed.
Oh, I wish this night were over.
I wish this movie were over.
Guns. I tell you, it doesn't make any difference. They aren't through with us yet. What's the use of saying goodnight?
Oh, good team. So, because there's a murderer, your manners are gone? That's rude.
Good night.
These are the wettest damn cigars. Chewing on a rock.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Doctor. Well, there's a murderer running loose. Maybe we should all go to bed. You know, fuck it. There's really nothing saying that we can't have people come to spectate our Chupacabra. You know, they just gotta see it in the wild. I mean, we can't like put it in a pen like in a zoo or anything. But hell, people want to see a Chupacabra. Wouldn't you? We can turn this into money. You know what? I'm not gonna let a Chupacabra get me down. Little goat sucking fucker. You know what? The goats that he doesn't eat, we'll sell the milk. This is going to be money for us. We're going to turn this shit around, make it happen. We'll make a Chupacabra attraction. Some sort of drive-through safari park, right? Put them in those balls like in Jurassic Park. Something a Chupacabra can't get into, or you can get close.
Okay.
We'll have a gift shop with little Chupacabra stuffed animal dolls.
I've been thinking. It was so dark down there. Maybe it wasn't Mr. Lord.
It was him, all right. He tried to kill you, and he did kill his wife.
We'll give this Chupacabra a cute name. Hit the suggestion box. Tell me cute names for a Chupacabra.
Ask me to help him.
Whatever the name is, we'll call him the blank the Chupacabra.
There must be a
Cute
way
little
out of this
sucker.
place, and I'm going to find it and get the police before he does.
I'm going with you.
What if he finds out you're alive?
Yeah, let's monetize this shit, man.
No, Nora. You're safer here than any place else. Now just lock yourself in and keep quiet. If I find a way out, I'll come back and get you.
If I die, let's do it. Oh shit, no one gave bazooka. Okay, cool. What? gosh, someone turned the candles off. Whoa! Raggy! A rope? Like what? A lope? No, Raggy, a rope! What's a lope, Scoob? A lope! A rope! Like where? If only she could casually step away. That was the Quentin Tarantino foot fetish scene, if you're wondering. Watch his movies, literally all his movies have a foot fetish scene in them. Sloppy-ass hangman's noose. Oh, cool. Furry hand? Really? That was it? There were furry ghosts? What was the... Meanwhile, and more stuff. Wait, is this my video fucking up?
An admission of guilt, Doc?
Certainly not. There's either somebody else in this house or one of us has left his room. Did you hear anything?
Well, the screaming.
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
Gotcha. Ready?
You look downstairs, and I'll look up here.
Why not together?
There may be only minutes, seconds left of someone's life. Why waste time?
It's almost over, darling. Every detail was perfect.
Nah, these motherfuckers got me.
What's happening? You've done it. Perfect crime.
she killed him.
Not yet.
Oh, damn it.
But she will.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Get me out of this hanging harness. What's taking that girl so long? What time is it?
At first, I couldn't get Nora to want to protect herself with a gun. After you appeared at the window, everything began to work just as we
Wait a second.
You were wonderful.
That
Just
doctor's
touch
a
the
bad
final
guy.
job into complete hysteria.
It'll be worth all of our planning, darling. Where's Nora now? What's happening?
On her way to the cellar. So scared she'll shoot the first thing that moves.
Aha.
Frederick.
On his way to the cellar, too.
David, are you sure none of them will suspect us?
Of what? An hysterical girl accidentally shoots somebody? Who would suspect that we planned it that way, that we drove her to it?
What about my suicide?
Just a ghost party gag. We'll claim it was a dummy since I'm the only one who touched you.
And the caretakers?
Well, they had no idea what they were really doing.
What about Nora? She's not stupid, you know.
Darling, believe me, everything we planned is working perfectly. Nora is sure Frederick murdered you. She thinks Frederick attacked her in the cellar, not me. And now Nora's almost out of her mind with fear. The heads, the music, you're hanging. I tell you, when Frederick walks in there, she'll shoot him.
It's taking too long. David, you ought to be there.
When you hear the shot, come down to the cellar.
Alright, since my cigar failed on me, I'm switching to a Tootsie Roll.
No!
Oh! So, the evil wife's plan and the doctor, their whole plan from the start was to give an unstable, scared woman a gun. I guess that works. This map, I like to camp on this heel just so I can deny it to the enemy. There's a technique, policy called denied the enemy, where if an objective is too valuable or aid to the enemy could help them, you use it even if you don't need it so that it's denied to the enemy. So sometimes you'll need to destroy something that maybe even you wanted to keep, but the risk of the enemy having it is too valuable. That's not exactly the case here, but basically I do it to deny them comfort. Might help me a little, but it hurts them a lot. Denied the enemy. Squeaky doors are scary. bones float in acid? Okay. Guess that's a thing.
At last you've got it all. Everything I have. Even my life. But you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess.
Whoa!
Me.
A skeleton! They're too spoopy. Whoa. Alright, I've told you guys this before. Skeletons are just too spooky, you know? Oh, and into the acid she goes. That is gotta hurt. Got her! Through the power of puppetry.
Good night, Doctor. Good night, Annabelle. The crime you two planned was indeed perfect.
Good night, Moon.
Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not.
Yes, we got that. That's...
It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder.
Alright, this is called exposition.
That
Too
I
much
was
of it is
playing
a sign of weak writing. But... Yep. Why didn't the strings dissolve?
It's right along here, somewhat.
Lance! I've shot Mr. Lorne. He's down in the wine cellar.
Alive?
I don't think so.
What?
It's him. He's alive.
Yes, we all have eyes, dear.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks. I can tell you all now. Trent and my wife were planning to kill me.
Yes, if only I could have done something like going to
Trent
the
tried
police
to
with
throw me in
evidence
back.
so that I...
My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
Clearly murdered them. You had enough evidence to go to the police and did not.
I've got you in my sights.
Now there are 9. There'll be more, many more.
Yep.
They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
So didn't we establish there weren't any ghosts? And that it was just a shitty marriage that was causing all this? Okay, gang. That is, oh, look at that. Halloween loot box. Yay! What did I get? Victory pose. Spray. Ooh, a new skin for McCree. Mystery Man. Cool. Alright, gang. That's your subliminals for tonight. We're going to turn this around. We're going to make this Chupacabra thing happen. We're going to get some money going off of it. And don't forget that new contract's really going to bring in some big money for us. So let's look at some improvements we can make. We're not a for-profit organization. Basically, as money comes in, I just try to funnel it out to you guys in exchange for work. So let's just make this a really great cult. How about that? Let's just make this the best cult we can make, and make you the best mercenary you can be. I'm Tamer Akkad, priest of Dangerzul, leader of the guerrillas of Dangerzul, which is obviously you guys. I love you guys. We're going to make this happen. All right? Chin up. Sure, we get scarred sometimes, but as long as you stand up one more time and you're knocked down, you're winning. If you're human. That's a human thing. Not every species has that. Tamer Akkad out.